Support LaneSide. Get something cool. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of LaneSide Reviews. As always, I am the bearded beast, Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and somewhere in the ethos is old guy Wayne. But, I don't know. But we're about to go to the lanes with multiple styles to check out some brand new equipment and see how it stacks up. All right, guys, welcome back. As always, we're joined by our speed dominant player, old guy Wayne.
He's born on the easy house shot.
And we're going to be looking at, as we saw, the Columbia 300 high speed.
You see hook. That's what you can see.
Is the hook? Is the high hook?
The high hook.
So for this one, we've gone with a little bit of different layouts. Went with a longer pin to pap distance on this one for Wayne. As we've seen the high speed before.
Yes.
The speed before, which had the same core.
Same core with the hybrid cover stock.
Yes, the Formula One
hybrid cover stock. Sorry.
So this one now has the HK22 version of that.
Of the formulas.
And they've put some Crown factory compound on it.
Yeah, it's 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then the compound.
Yes, as opposed to the original, which if you look at it, it was only 500, 1,500. So it was, and we said it when we got that one out of the box. We didn't realize it was a hybrid because it was so furry.
Yeah, and it's like because it's like 500, 1,500. That's solid skip sand, right?
This one not furry.
No,
but this one hook.
And it hooks. Wow, look at how far he got that out, and it came back to the pocket.
That was that was like 10 years ago. Wayne throwing up the 5-board kind of.
And that's the thing is, at our house, outside 5 is a dead zone.
Yeah.
It normally doesn't come back. Just the wear of the lanes, the
way they drop into the gutter,
yeah. So it's got to climb up a little bit of a hill, so it normally runs out of jam. So this ball coming back from out there is very impressive.
Yes. So as I said, I put a little bit of a longer layout on this one. I wanted this to change where this one was going to flare, so that when he was throwing it, it was going to get down lane a little bit longer, not be quite as strong off the spot, but with a differential of 050, it was going to flare a lot. Use that mass bias and let it be a little more continuous.
Oh my God, it's so continuous.
Maybe a little too continuous.
You should have given him some Wheaties or spinach or something before this one.
A cannon.
A cannon.
Jeez.
So,
right straight. I mean, you guys have seen this with the shots he's thrown. This ball is really fast response.
Yeah. You can see as soon as it catches any friction, it's starting to make its move. Right?
Yes. And with a mass bias of 015 being that continuous, it's not going to stop.
No.
Not like some of these you see with the big core and the big mass bias where when they move. It rolls forward.
Yeah.
This ball just keeps hooking and keeps hooking. Yeah. And, I mean, you saw that one. He missed a little inside, and it's Runaway Brooklyn.
Yeah. And that's a credit to these designs that I'm really liking with a lot more continuous asymmetrics.
Yep.
So you're not, you can get a little more out of it. So.
Woo! We moved him in on that one.
And, I mean, so it's 1,500 and then Crown compound.
So it's still 1,500. It's just got the valleys filled in a little bit.
So, I mean, there's so much potential to do nasty things with this ball.
Yeah.
We can, hit it with a 3,000 pad, knock that compound off.
I got to be honest.
Then,
it could get scarier.
Yeah.
Because you could make this thing faster response.
Yeah.
At 1,500 plus compound, it's of fast response surfaces. That's not really fast response.
No. Yeah.
So at 3,000, it might turn around and hit him.
Yeah. I mean, and that's only 3,000.
Now you can see we moved him in. We moved him 5 boards left.
Look at that. It's still that was all dynamic core.
That was dynamic core, 100%.
That was a little high. But man, that dynamic core and this core and cover combination is just opening the pocket up huge.
Yeah. Right. So for Wayne, if I was going to keep this in his bag, I would have something with a bigger core as his ball up.
Yeah.
I would actually take this and probably take the surface up to 4,000, no compound, no polish, as a later hook ball. something that when the lanes dry out,
you can get it to
float down lane.
Yeah.
Because it's already getting down lane, and it's not missing the friction.
No.
Watch this.
Just throw it to the friction.
Just throw it out there.
Like,
yeah.
Easy peasy. Like,
it makes him look like he's one of those professional bowlers we see on the Fox network.
Is that where we're watching it now? I can't keep track anymore.
Fox or FS1 or the Tractor Channel or something.
I don't know.
As long as I can, in Canada, see, that's the problem. We don't get it.
Yeah.
So we have to find different ways to get the broadcast.
I cross my fingers for YouTube when they can get it out there.
Yeah,
find out,
agreed. So here is Wayne with the bonus. We use a bonus because every company has a ball with similar core characteristics and similar cover characteristics. Yeah. And you can see, as a speed dominant player does, like most speed dominant players, that was the hard one.
Yeah, exactly.
Hard one. Look, we call him speed dominant because his rev rate is so low. We don't call him speed dominant because he throws it like Nuke McCune, right?
Nobody throws it like that guy.
He might be able to pick your dad up and throw him that high.
Probably.
So you can see in the slow motion here, it's not even close. This is what you want from your benchmark. You want your hooking ball to have a much different look.
Yeah. That was inside, outside, all over the place.
Yeah, we're looking at least 9 boards there, and we got an extra 3 feet out of it.
Yeah. Now, this is the speed.
We had to break out the original furry ball.
Yeah. Here you go.
And check out the difference.
Oh, yeah. That speed, like, off his hand started hooking.
Yeah, it starts to stand up because it's just so furry.
Yeah, and it's like, what? You want me to go out? No, I'm not going anywhere. This is where I am. That's,
They talk about going out for fries and a burger and coming home with steak and eggs. This one went out for fries and a burger and never came back.
Yeah.
It just stayed out. Look at the difference there.
Wow.
Both hybrids, both the same Formula 1 hybrid, just one's got HK22.
Yeah.
One doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the power of HK22.
Yeah. It just creates a cleaner reaction up front without taking away from anything down lane.
That's right. You don't lose any of that energy.
And that's one thing I'm really liking about it, because on the on the hybrids, it's giving you the pearlish style of look without
having to throw a pearl?
Like throwing the pearl where it skids too far down.
Because we all know that Nick hates the pearls. The original pearls, not the new ones.
No, the new the new stuff is different. I mean, but every once in a while you'll still get one that you feel that it's like old school style.
Yep.
Like it just, if you overthrow it a little bit, it just goes down and goes dink, or if you come around it, it's like ding.
I love the sound effects.
Look at the difference.
Huge difference.
I mean, I don't think I've said that it hits like a truck or, the pins are staying low or anything yet.
No,
so,
it just hits hard. That's it. It blows the pins off the rack. And here, once again, you can see it against the original speed, which, I mean,
this is better angle. You can see how quickly the speed picks up and never wants to get
out
any wider. Yeah. It's like, I'm hooking now.
You released me? All right, time to hook.
There is no drift in the speed.
No.
But the high speed has a bit.
Yeah, and you can see it here. Just watch the difference.
Yeah.
Because they're both spinning up about the same place.
Yeah.
It's just one cannot get out farther.
Yeah.
Now, from our speed dominant player, we should move over to our match player. Here is Scoops. What did you think of this one?
Oh, my God. This is awesome ball. Everything I hated about the other two, this fixed, to be honest.
So, yeah, just, being straight out there, honesty, cards on the table, this ball went straight to Nick's bag.
Yeah. That was Brooklyn. That was off my thing, and it still went Brooklyn.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I knew it was going to hook, but it didn't, flush through. It crossed over.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, just like I said, there's so much potential with this ball. If I would go to the tournament and I needed something, and then there's that. Now we're just going to see that from on now.
Yep.
And it's not the same shot. It's not going to be the same shot. You're just going to see that because all I had to do was get this ball out. It made me feel lazy.
Yeah.
Because all I had to do is get it out to my spot and now there's one thing we're not really seeing on here that I want to point out. A hook spot did develop on the lane.
Yes.
This ball went through it.
Yes, is one of those very unusual things that can happen while we're shooting. You get a little hook spot down lane that develops. It happens in league all the time. And, you have to figure out if you're going to play to the right of it. Can you play to the left of it? Nick didn't have to. He just played straight over the top of it.
Yeah. The other balls we were checking out at the time, and I was warming up, you could see it hit that spot and start going left.
Yeah.
This ball, it just went past it. And I'm like, how is that possible? I was going to say, HK22.
HK22.
Right? Like,
there's, and people will call me a shill. I don't care. It's the cover stock of the year. All the companies talk about it. Look at that thing come.
Look.
Woo!
Oh, dynamic. Oh.
All the companies are talking about it because it's different than anything else that's been made before.
Yeah. They're not telling us what's different about it.
I wouldn't.
Why would you? But all I know is that it works. Like,
it's a new base. It's not like our traditional resin bases that we've seen before.
No,
So, it's going to be every time somebody has a technological advance, some companies have to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, some companies put smell on the ball and then, patent that. And
some companies put polish on the ball that makes them softer.
Yeah. Other companies had something that was close to this a few years ago, but this is definitely different.
Now, here's a question for you. A couple of weeks ago, we reviewed a red ball.
Yes.
And you happen to throw 300 with it.
Yes.
How would you compare this ball to that ball?
I would say...
obviously, it's different because it's asymmetric.
Yeah, I was going to say, it really is an asymmetric version of that ball.
Okay.
Like...
the hook zone was shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter, so it's not as continuous as much as this is continuous.
Okay.
But that is a traditional pearl.
Okay.
So that one does go down a little bit.
Would this be something that you'd play before it kind of thing, like leading into that?
Yes. So from my big heavy balls like my Rhino or my Black Widow, this is I've taken my Ghost out of my bag and replace it with this, so I can go from the Black Widow or the Rhino, depending on which shape I need, into this ball, because one, it is a continuous asymmetric compared to a traditional asymmetric, as well as with it being hybrid, it picks up a little bit nicer. So, right, and the the red ball.
You didn't hear that.
It's great when they open. It's my ball that when they blow open that I go to.
But it's not something you can throw in the fresh.
No, if it's still fresh or and if the other balls are too strong, like this one. If they're too strong, then I can go to this one. This one gives me a lot of control in that wishy-washy over-under time, and which is where I've been really struggling lately. Getting from one side of my bag to the other, right? And
here we are. You're seeing, even with the matched player, you're still seeing 3 or 4 boards difference and a different distance in this because of that compound and because of that HK22. Yeah. So we're going to look at it at the lane level here. I'm sorry we didn't talk about it before.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You had a great point you were making. So you can see here with the bonus, as we've said, every company has a ball with these kind of dynamics. Not necessarily the same ball, but similar dynamics.
Core numbers, shapes,
So when we're looking at the high speed here, which is, got more flare, more differential, you're expecting it to hook more. You can see it gets you're inside it. It gets down a little bit farther.
Yeah. And like you talked about before, the string theory, right? It's different string theory. Like if you had 2 pivot points on a string and then you move that, you could see the difference in how much further the ball has to travel to get to the same spot.
That's right.
Right? So this one being in, like you said, like 5 or 6 or 9 boards or whatever it is, compared to the bonus, it's traveling so much longer on the lane.
Absolutely. Right? It's got to travel another few inches because it's got to go out and back in.
Yeah.
And here we are with the furry speed,
and you
can definitely see the difference there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple of boards, almost similar shapes, but the distance. Distance makes it such
and that's
a
what
huge...
I mean. I like the speed, but this one is just everything that was good about the original speed and better. And it's just better than the Pearl, in my opinion.
And we had talked about with the original speed about putting polish on it and how good it would be.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing compound and how good it really can be with HK22. I think this is one that you should speed away to get, maybe?
For sure.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.